The Four Nations face-off jerseys were officially revealed yesterday, so we have brand new jerseys for Team Canada, Team USA, Team Sweden, and Team Finland. We're going to take a look at all four jerseys, and of course, I'll give you guys my opinion on them, and then rank them at the end. Before we do so, though, if you guys are new to the channel and you like hockey jersey content, please make sure to hit subscribe. I would really appreciate it. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at them. So we'll look at Team Canada's first, and my initial reaction to this jersey is I'm not really a massive fan of it. There are aspects of it that I do really like the stripe in the middle there. I think that looks nice. It seems to be a little bit more of an off-white instead of just a regular white, and I think that is pretty cool. And I also like the detail inside of that red stripe there. So if we zoom in, we can see that there's some maple leaves in there, and I think that is actually fairly neat. It looks like that is something that Fanatics has done on every single one of these jerseys. There's just little kind of hidden details on each one, and I think that is really, really awesome. So I'm happy about that stripe there in the middle. I think that looks good, and I like that Four Nations patch on the chest there. I think that does actually look pretty good. Very simplistic, like not a ton going on. You just have the four, the nations, face off 2025, and then of course you have the puck, which is the actual logo of this event, I guess is what you can call it, and it's kind of sweeping underneath there. I think that looks nice. It's not all too complicated, but it looks pretty good. Although the Four Nations logo is also repeated on the collar of these jerseys, right where the NHL shield usually would go, and I think it's fine that they're not having the NHL logo there. I'm not sure if they just couldn't do it or if it would look weird, but it definitely would look weird on these national jerseys. I don't think it would work, so I'm fine with them having that Four Nations logo there. The issue is that, you know, just 2 inches to the right of it, you have the Four Nations patch that has the same logo, so it comes off as feeling a little bit strange, a little bit off balance. So I don't love that, but I'm not really quite too sure what they could have done to rectify that. Outside of completely redesigning the collar on these jerseys, which I don't think they were going to do, I think that's, you know, maybe a little bit too crazy. It's not like you really can leave that space blank, because then it feels super empty, and I don't think that will look good. So like maybe you could have some sort of other design there, or like some material difference, or I'm really not quite too sure what they could have done to make it feel full without having another logo there. So I understand why they just put that Four Nations logo, even though it is a little bit strange with having the patch just right there, which, you know, the collar on this jersey in particular, I think looks fine. It just looks like a regular Adidas, now Fanatics collar, so it's not that big of a deal. Although I'm not a massive fan of the shoulder patch, which of course is an ad patch. It has Rogers on the shoulders, and Canada is the only team with an ad patch on these jerseys. Don't know why. I'm not sure why Canada is that only team there, and I don't like it. I'm not a huge fan of that patch. I don't think it looks particularly great. I mean, it doesn't look awful either. It is at least nice that it's on the shoulder as opposed to on the front of the jersey, but obviously it's an ad patch. I'm never going to like an ad patch. So yeah, I'm not a massive fan of it being there, especially because of the fact that Canada is the only team with it. I think I would be maybe a little bit more okay with it if every single team had an ad patch, but the fact that, you know, it's just Canada specific, like even the USA doesn't have one, which I think is very, very strange. Like I sort of get maybe, you know, Finland and Sweden not having one because, you know, they would have to probably find a Sweden and a Finland, you know, company to advertise with, and I think at that point maybe you're trying a little bit too hard just to find an ad patch. But yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that there's not an American one as well as the Canadian one. It's just strange that Canada is the only team to have that ad patch. But anyways, I've avoided talking about one specific thing with this jersey, and that is the logo, because I really do not like this logo for Team Canada. I think it looks very cartoonish, very amateurish. It's almost like a little bit of a knockoff. I don't know. It just doesn't quite feel like an actual Canadian maple leaf. You know, with this one here, it sort of reminds me of this one, but just a worse, you know, cartoonish feel to this logo right here. So yeah, I am not a fan of this logo for Team Canada, and that's really why I'm not a huge fan of this jersey in particular, is basically just coming down to that logo there. Now, this technically isn't a brand new logo for Team Canada. It does appear like it's based on an older jersey from 1964. This was a team called the Winnipeg Maroons, and they represented Canada in just a European tournament, it appears, at least from what I was researching, which I didn't do a ton of deep dive here, but it did not look like it was an Olympic tournament. It looks like it was just some European tournament where they faced off against Russia, Czechoslovakia, Sweden, and the USA. At least that's what I got from my research, my very quick research. But yeah, so it's not a brand new logo. It does appear like that jersey is based on that 1964 jersey. So that's interesting. At least, I do like when Team Canada does kind of throw back to those really old jerseys, those really old teams where teams just represented Canada at some tournament or at the Olympics. I do think that is very cool. That being said, though, I'm still not a fan of the logo. It still doesn't make me like the logo. So yeah, the only thing that I really do end up liking about this jersey is just that stripe in the middle. That's really the only thing. Our next team here is Team Finland, and they are the only team that has a white jersey. Honestly, I would have actually liked if they used, that lighter blue as the main color of this jersey here, so we had all dark jerseys. I think that would have been very nice. They can't really use the dark blue because that's what Team USA uses, so that would have been a little bit too confusing, but I would have liked to have that light blue as the main color, just so you have, actual dark colors for every single team. But I do still really like the template of this jersey quite a bit. A couple of teams in the NHL do use it, with the Pittsburgh Penguins as well as the Vegas Golden Knights. So I've always liked the fact that you have basically that navy blue section, at least on this jersey, to hold the numbers. I think that looks great. And just below that stripe as well, in the light blue section, it looks like it has a little bit of detail inside of it. Now, I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to be and what it represents, but it's kind of cool. So I do like that aspect quite a bit. Taking a closer look at the logo, though, so we can see that it does have the word mark up top that says Suomi. I probably really butchered that, but it just says Finland in Finnish. So, you have that on a couple of Finland jerseys, and I think it looks fine. I probably would have preferred it without and just have that coat of arms there be the main logo. I like the coat of arms a lot more than just the word mark up top and then the coat of arms at the bottom. But that being said, at least with that word mark there, it is, kind of made a little bit differently, where it has the top half being the navy blue and then the bottom half being that lighter blue. So they kind of mix it up a little bit, make it a little bit more unique, but I do still think I would have just preferred the coat of arms a lot bigger. I think that would have been nice. And then we have a closer look at the Four Nations logo again, which I do like. I think it is pretty cool. Obviously, you have all the colors, the red, white, yellow, and blue to represent all four teams. So it is pretty cool, but I still think I would have preferred something else in the collar there. Next up is Team Sweden, and it's a Team Sweden jersey, which is very nice. Like, all of the Team Sweden jerseys look great. They don't really change all too much outside of the detail inside of the three crowns. So we can take a closer look at that. So here is the detail inside of it. The pattern probably represents something that I just am not aware of, but it looks really cool and I like it. And that design is always a little bit different in every single Team Sweden jersey. So it's kind of nice to see exactly what they do with every single one. But yeah, the rest of the jersey is just a regular Team Sweden jersey. They rarely change it, but the reason for that is because it looks so nice, right? Like, I would like for them to do something a little bit different, just because it's the same as pretty much every other Team Sweden jersey, but I understand why they didn't do that. All right, our final jersey here is Team USA, and I think that this jersey is just okay. It's not bad. It's not great. You have the dark blue and then just the white and red stripes. Maybe I would like something a little bit more fancy, a little bit more crazy for Team USA, but they kept it really basic. And I think it hurts the jersey a little bit, but it's not anything terrible, I would say, either. One neat thing is that it does appear like there is a star on the sleeve there, just right up by the shoulder there. I would like to see it head on, though, to see exactly how it looks. Unfortunately, they didn't show any pictures of that. And honestly, we don't have a ton of pictures of these jerseys. They basically just released a really quick video that showed some of the close-up details and then just released these 4 pictures here, and that's pretty much all we got. So I would like to see either some better pictures or these jerseys in person, because yeah, there are a lot of small details inside all of these jerseys. On this one specific with the Team USA, it does have, once again, the stars on the shoulders, but also it looks like there is a little bit of a striping pattern on the front half of the jersey. I assume it's supposed to be like the US flag stripes, but I could be wrong on that. I'm not 100% sure. Either way, I'm honestly actually not a huge fan of it, because it does look like it's not really supposed to be on the jersey, and it kind of makes it feel a little bit cheap, at least in my opinion. So I don't like that aspect. Another hidden thing on this jersey, though, is it looks like there is some writing inside of the white stripe, at least on the sleeves. Doesn't look like it's on the torso stripe, but just on the sleeves. And once again, I don't have any pictures of it, so I have no idea what it says. So I would like some better pictures to know exactly what it's supposed to say. But yeah, there is that detail on it as well. For the logo itself, I think it's just okay. It does look like it's made pretty well, and I like the fact that, you kind of have those lines there to give it that 3D effect. So once again, kind of like the Team Finland one, at least it's not just a bland word mark that's one color and that's it. At least they did something to kind of give it a little bit of flash to it, but I still don't particularly love it. So yeah, this jersey, it's not too great. It's just fine. In terms of ranking them though, I definitely would have Team Sweden at number 1, then Team Finland right behind it. They are pretty close. There is a decent gap, and at number 3, I was going to say Team USA, but I think I'm actually going to go with Team Canada. So I'll have Team Canada in 3rd and then Team USA in 4th place. So, I don't think any of these jerseys are particularly bad. With the Team USA and Team Canada ones, I think at best they are okay looking jerseys. With the Team Sweden and Team Finland ones, I think at worst they are good jerseys. So yeah, there's a pretty big gap in between the 2 teams that I do like and the 2 teams that I'm not really a huge fan of in terms of their jerseys. Obviously, I like Team Canada more than any of these other teams because I'm Canadian, but I don't really love these jerseys here, at least for them. I think they're just okay, like I said. But of course, those are just my opinions. I would love to hear your guys' in the comments down below. And if you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, follow me on all my social medias, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.